Want 120 FPS? Maybe at least 60 FPS? Want to dominate your friends and enemies alike? Only have $200 to spend? Well, maybe this unassuming junker is right for you. This baby can take on any esport title like it's right off the lot. It'll even give the number 2 driver of the Akagi Red Suns a fright. Jokes aside, we have ourselves a fantastic machine that, despite the GPU and CPU both being 10 years old now. Let's start off with the CPU this time around. I present to you something a little uncommon, the i7-4770 Ti. Yes, the TE variant, T standing for Power Optimized Lifestyle. Very little power draw and much lower performance, meaning this CP is a small boy compared to the normal 4770. But wait, there's more! The E suffix, which stands for embedded systems, such as specialized equipment, usually hospitals, military applications, or even automation, meaning it has reduced power, stacked upon the already lower power draw. So it's basically a runt of a CPU. I'll talk about this femboy CPU later. But before that, we'll move on to the basics of this chip. Despite all of its shortcomings, launched June 2013, this Haswell i7 is a 4-core, 8-thread CPU, meaning it has just enough multi-core strength to be relevant enough today. This boy runs at 2.3 GHz and can boost all the way to 3.3 GHz. Not too bad in my opinion. So, I've already spoken about the R9 290 in my previous video, and you can check that bad boy up there. So we'll just give you the basics again. Launched November 2013, this Hawaii GPU is clocked at 947 MHz and has a memory clock at 1250 MHz. And if you want to know the amount of shading units, it's 2560. This card typically comes with 4 gigs, which should be enough for low to medium gaming at 1080p. This time I'll be using Nimez drivers again. Normally I just use legacy drivers, but the modded drivers are getting easier to install, and I just have to find the download, which a quick Google search will bring you right to them. Anyway, using Nimez, we are using driver version 23.4.1. At least that's what both AMD software and Afterburner says. Also a little side note, the R9 290 will show up as the R9 290X wherever the GPU shows up in the system. I put the Intermex cooler at $0 because I had one laying around. You could spend $20 on a good single tower 120mm CPU cooler. Now, really easy. You really don't even need a strong cooler for this, since it has such low power. Also, I didn't need to spend money on 2 separate colored fans. I just want one to look like red taillights and the front to be an old yellow headlight to keep with the theme here. Like always, we'll do the synthetics real fast. For Cinebench R23, we got the multi-score of 3285 and with a single of 822. 3D mark now, Fire Strike 9408, and with Time Spy 3518. And if you really want to know PC mark, we got 4402. Now on to the gaming benchmarks.
X-Ray Delta 1, this is Mission Control. Roger. X-Ray Delta 1, this is Mission Control. Roger. X-Ray Delta 1, this is Mission Control. Roger. X-Ray Delta 1, this is Mission Control. Roger.
send them a message about my love. Love satellite, am I connected? Somewhere alone, my love is waiting. Love satellite, please send a message until the time where we'll never be alone. One, two, is this thing working? 1, 2, is this thing on? There's a lot I could say, I just hope you're okay. I miss you every minute that you're gone. Is there a way I could see my lover? Send them a message they're like no other. If only there was a way to send them a message about my love. Love satellite, am I connected? Somewhere alone, my love is waiting. Love satellite, please send a message until the time where we'll never be alone. 'Tonight, I dare not go out. Tonight, I dare not go, 'cause the world at my door isn't well anymore. I don't want one more lonely moment. Is there a way I could see my lover? Send them a message they're like no other. If only there was a way to send them a message about my love. Love satellite, am I connected? Somewhere alone, my love is waiting. Love satellite, please send a message until the time where we'll never be alone. Love satellite, am I connected? Somewhere alone, my love is waiting. Love satellite, please send a message until the time where we'll never be alone. Love satellite, am I connected? Somewhere alone, my love is waiting. Love satellite, please send a message until the time where we'll never be.
So, if I had to choose between competitive settings and performance mode for Fortnite, I would pick competitive for the better 1% lows, which I believe is due to DX12 making more use of the 4770 TE's 8 threads. Unfortunately, neither managed to hit our 120 goal. So low got us our 120 goal, and for Overwatch, it looks fine, even if there are almost no shadows, but if you're fine with 60 FPS, I believe high would be the way to go. Couldn't reach 120 with low or very low, so I decided it'd be better to play 60 FPS with medium settings, which for the most part I had a very enjoyable experience this way. Which, oddly enough, I really haven't enjoyed PUBG before until now. Street Fighter in the fights are locked to 60 FPS, but it managed to average 60 FPS with its 1% being 51, so it looked and felt like a smooth experience. So, did we make it to 120 FPS on all our games? Unfortunately, no, it didn't, but 60% of the esports titles did make it. Good news, everything managed to play above 60 with just the right settings, including the bonus games I threw in. Not too bad for a $200 PC. Now back to the femboy CPU of a 4770. It really did well for, well, how gimped it is compared to a normal 4770. Haswell really has some staying power, and has a good budget architecture as it supports most modern instructions such as AVX2. Now once again, you don't need a CP cooler this big, but it really did fit the theme I was going for. So say it with me, more cooling equals longer boosts, and longer boosts means more power. Meanwhile, the R9290 is doing amazing once again. Just remember, it draws a lot of power. Big DOM energy against the little CPU here. Now, let me know down below if you used anything here before, or even currently using it. I'm ManHero, something of a virtual YouTuber myself. Like if you like, and dislike if you didn't like it, or just hate me. Subscribe for more, or if you're just masochistic. See you guys next video.
I put the new 4Gs on the G. I trap until the bloody bottoms is underneath. Cause all my homies got it out the street. I keep 100 racks inside my jeans. I remember hitting the mall with my whole team. Now a homie can't answer calls cause I'm ballin'. I was waking up getting racks in the morning. I was broke, now I'm rich. I got 'em salty. All this designer on my body got me drip drip.